Hello, I'm Lynn Warren and I'm part of the faculty team here at Brainio.com. This module will help you gain a deeper understanding of the various ITIL processes and roles, their interactions, and how they're implemented. Let's start with understanding the purpose of service operation. The service operation stage of the service lifecycle is responsible for managing and executing the processes and activities needed to deliver and monitor services at the levels previously agreed on with customers and business users. Additionally, the service operation stage is responsible for ensuring that the technology used in the delivery and support of services is managed and monitored continuously and regularly. Let's get started. Let's begin by taking a look at the primary objectives of service operation. Those objectives are, first, to sustain business satisfaction and assurance in IT through a system of proficient and productive delivery and support of IT services as agreed on previously. Second, to minimize or lessen the effect of service outages on daily business activities. And finally, to ensure that access to IT services is made available only to those who are permitted to obtain those services. Now that we know the key objectives, let's see what's included within the scope of service operation. First, the services themselves. What do we mean by this? Well, service operation includes those activities that actually make up a service. These activities might be performed by an external supplier of the service. They may be carried out by a customer or user of the service, or they may be performed by the service provider itself. Service operation includes the service management processes. This includes the uninterrupted managing, monitoring, and effectively carrying out of the various and sometimes numerous service management processes that take place in service operation. In other words, any activities required to manage the delivery of the services. Here we must also manage the technology required to deliver services. The effective management of this technology is a fundamental and key component in the overall management of our IT services. And last but certainly not least, people. It's people who make decisions regarding how services will be used and how service operation will be executed. Therefore, people bear the responsibility to handle the services, processes, and technologies of the organization. It's extremely important to remember that people are a key piece of the puzzle when it comes to effective service operation. As a service provider, it's important that we optimize our performance related to service operation. So let's look at how we might achieve this optimization during this stage of the life cycle. Optimizing service operation can be achieved a couple different ways. One, we can work towards long-term incremental improvement. With this method of optimization, we will monitor and assess the performance and results of all service operation processes, functions, technologies, and outputs over a period of time. That information will then be analyzed to determine whether changes or improvements are necessary. The other type of optimization would be short-term, ongoing improvements. These improvements are typically of a much smaller nature and can be implemented without any significant modification to the core of a technology or process. In other words, these would be the minor adjustments we make on an ongoing basis to the various processes, functions, practices, and technologies used to carry out service operation. First, we have the event management process. A key component of event management is managing all events through their life cycle. Then we have incident management. In this process, we restore disrupted services to users as soon as possible. A key focus in this process is to minimize the impact of incidents on the business. Problem management is another of the 5 service operation processes. In this process, we use root cause analysis to identify and fix the primary and underlying causes of incidents. We also proactively look for and attempt to avoid issues that could cause incidents in the future. We will need to thoroughly and formally document all error records, root causes, and applicable workarounds in order to facilitate efficient and effective analysis and resolution of future incidents and problems. Day in and day out, users make requests for standard services. Request fulfillment is the process where these service requests are handled. Requests that fall into this category are usually transactional in nature. They are typically low risk, relatively low cost, and frequently performed. And the final process in service operation is access management. This is the process in which authorized users are granted access to services while at the same time access is denied to non-authorized users. First, the service desk. If there is a service disruption or a service request to be made, or even in the case of certain types or categories of requests for change, the service desk serves as the single point of contact, or SPOC, for users. Then we have the technical management function. The technical resources that assist in supporting the continuous operation of IT services and the maintenance of the IT infrastructure are provided by technical management. This function plays a vital role in designing, testing, releasing, and enhancing all IT services. IT operations management is the function that carries out the regular operational activities that are required to monitor the ongoing delivery of services. This includes monitoring the respective supporting IT infrastructure as well. Lastly, we have application management. Managing applications throughout their lifecycle is the main purpose of this process. Supporting and maintaining applications, as well as designing, testing, and enhancing all applications that make up the IT services, are the primary responsibilities of application management. Within ITIL, application management is not the same as application development. In terms of IT, application development is centered on the internal activities like design, build, test, and deployment of IT solutions that are conceptualized within our own IT organization. Application management in the broader sense is not limited to those internal development activities. Its scope is wider and recognizes that the modern business environment, the ability to acquire the necessary applications, is not restricted to the internal IT organization, but can sometimes best be achieved by utilizing external resources.